Italian sausage is so versatile. You could put it on pizza, crumble it in lasagna, make sausage parm, or just have it as a side dish for a nice big old bowl of pasta. Today, I'm going to show you how it goes together my way. A lot of purists go salt, pepper, fennel, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely delicious. I'm going to go a little extra steps further, give it a more flavorful sausage. Be right back, and welcome to the Wayward Gourmands. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wayward Gourmands. I know it's been a while, but with everything that's been going on, it's crazy. And as you can see, I got some new digs here. It's going to be our first shoot in the new kitchen. I'm really thankful that you're coming back. Again, today we're going to be making Italian sausage. So, first thing, pork. Nice thick grind on the pork. You could just grind up a butt because there's a really good, lean to fat ratio, and it's usually perfect. You don't have to add anything. Sometimes they add fat back to it, but if you get a nice marbled butt, everything is really nice and well balanced. I have my casing soaking back here. I'm going to show you how we stuff it in a little while with this 5-pound stuffer. I have all of my ingredients laid out. Again, I can't thank you enough for coming back. I hope everybody is well. I'm going to get my gloves on and we're going to start getting to this. Okay, so as you can see, I have this obnoxiously large mixing bowl. I have 5 pounds of ground pork in here. I'm going to put all of the measurements down below because obviously many people aren't going to want to make 5 pounds. So you'll be able to scale it, down to your needs if you want to do a pound or 2 or whatever. Or maybe if you want to go 10 or 20, I don't care. It's going to be scalable. It's delicious. I promise you that. What I'm going to do is though, I'm going to show you a little something. After I mix the sweet sausage, okay, I'm going to put half of it in the stuffer, and then I'm going to kick it up a notch by making hot sausage for the second half by just adding a few ingredients, and it comes out delicious, and you'll be able to tell which what, because I'm going to add some paprika in there. It's going to give it a reddish tone, and you'll be able to say, oh, that's the sweet, that's the hot, okay? So I'm going to get going. Again, all the measurements are down below. I'm going to start with parsley. Some of the Italian seasoning. Now, I mean, you can use store-bought Italian seasoning, but hold on a second. Here, let me show you how I make mine. Now, here's the Italian seasoning that I'm talking about. It's super easy. You don't have to go out and buy Italian seasoning. You probably have everything in your pantry that you need to put it together. So here's my version, and I usually make a bigger batch of it, and I just feed off of that. So today, 3 tablespoons of oregano, 2 tablespoons of marjoram. Forgot the word for a second. 2 tablespoons of thyme, 2 tablespoons of basil, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, and 1 tablespoon of rubbed sage. And that is it. You give this a nice mix, and you could store it right in a big old bottle, just like that. And you now have a whole bunch of Italian seasoning. That's all there is to it. That was easy enough, right? Okay. I have some fennel seeds. I took about half of them and I cracked them in my mortar and pestle here just to release a little bit more of that, anise licorice flavor. I have some garlic powder. These are very garlicky sausages. They're really nice. Some onion powder. Black pepper. Salt. I like using the kosher salt. I'm using agave. You can use, table sugar if you want, just a little bit for that add, little sweetness. And then some red wine. And then I'm just going to start mixing it in. Again, as soon as you start mixing it, it just comes up and it just fills your nose. It's absolutely fantastic. You want to make sure that everything is really well combined. Now, I'm going to show you how to stuff it, but you don't have to. You can keep this as a bulk. Sometimes I'll even use like a hamburger press and make patties out of it, and you cook them on the grill or on a flat top, and they're spectacular. Because then you don't have to get like the long sausage rolls, because a lot of people just have like hamburger rolls on hand, and you can make a sausage parm sandwich or a sausage and peppers sandwich on it, and it's really fantastic. All right, so everything looks pretty combined. Now what you could do is, and I would suggest it, I'm not gonna do it here, is cook a test patty to make sure you like the flavor. Because once it's in the casing, you can't season it. But again, this is kind of above and beyond the purist route. Salt, pepper, and fennel seeds is really what the purists go for, but I like the extra flavor and everything in mind, so that's the route I go. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to throw about half of this into the stuffer. And then I'm going to flatten this out. Just want to tamp it down so there is a separation of the two in the stuffer, because you'll see when the sausages are coming out, they'll come out like the pinky, sweet, and then all of a sudden they'll get like a redder tone to them, and you'll be able to tell what's what. So the addition is little cayenne pepper. You can adjust this amount based on how hot you want it. Really. Just a couple pinches of red pepper flake. And then the paprika, which will give it a nice little red tone, because you don't want somebody chomping into one that has no ability to take the heat. Although there should be a little bit, you'll be able to see the pepper flakes and stuff. But let me just bang that around and make some extra noise. Really smells fantastic, and trust me, when you throw this in the pan and cook a little test patty, it just really explodes with the smells. Now, I mean, I can tell the difference between these two. I don't know if you can see it on the camera about the shades. This has a little bit of a red shade to it. You could throw more paprika in there if you really want to, make sure that you delineate the different spice levels. But I'm going to get this in the hopper. But the reason I do 5 pounds is because my hopper holds 5 pounds, and it's easier for me to do. So I am going to get this set up. I'm going to get my casings all ready. I'm going to feed them on here, and we'll show you how they come out when they're stuffed. Be back in a minute. All right, so I ran nice warm water through the casings. These are natural casings. You can get synthetic casings that you don't get that real snap, like the natural casings. But if you're, if you have an aversion to it, then by all means go for it. Now I pulled this all the way off of the nozzle because I'm going to start bringing this press down, and I want to bring it right to the very end because you don't want, or as little air as possible anyway, into the sausage, because you'll wind up poking holes in it. And so you can see I'm bringing it right to the end. And then I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to tie a knot I'm going to try and tie a knot. There we go. All right, now you want to kind of keep tension on this. You don't want too much because then you'll blow out the side of the casing. You want to let it pull itself, but not too freely. This way you get a nice stuff on it. So I'm going to start slowly. And you can see how it's just going itself. See, I went too hard, I got a blowout. That's what I mean, you don't want to. So what you could do there is you could twist that off. I was holding on to it too tight, and the casing, I mean, it's not made of steel, you know. And just as I'm coming to the end, I got another blowout. Look at that. So I'll twist that off below that blowout, and I could fix that blowout, but we'll, you know, you can leave it as a coil. I usually leave it as a coil to let it cure, and because then you can just kind of cut it into the sizes you want, depending on the bun or whatever like that. But again, you don't have to stuff it. You can make patties and everything like that. I'm going to get some more casings on here, and I'm going to get the rest of this done, and then maybe I'll cook up a piece of the sausage, you know, with the patties so you can see what it looks like cooked, and I'll give it a taste test. And so I'll be back in 5 after this is all stuffed. Thanks. So I got all of this stuffed up. I didn't have enough casings prepared for the 5 pounds of meat. I thought I did, but I was wrong. So between the blowouts and the running out of casing, I have about maybe a little under a pound of bulk, but I'll par freeze this and then I'll vacuum seal it and get it in the freezer, and this will last, you know, quite a while in there as long as you keep it airtight. I left some of it as a coil. You could see just a big coil. You can drop it right on a griddle or the grill and everything like that. You might have to give it a couple little pricks to, you know, let the steam and everything out so you don't blow out the sausage. Or I made some links. You know, you could store these, again, vacuum sealer or whatever, or, you know, they're ready to eat now if you want. You can put them in the fridge for like 24 hours to cure, let the salt do a little bit, but there's no nitrates in it, so it will get pale. It won't like maintain that really pink color. You can see right here, the first couple coils is the sweet sausage, and then it gets about here, and that's where it started to spicy. It gets a little pinker. I think I might have used a teaspoon instead of a tablespoon, because normally it's a bit redder. That's my bad, but I'll put the correct amounts below. So don't be discouraged about that, you know, saying, oh, I'm not gonna know what it is. But, well, you could say that, but it won't be true because you'll use the right measurements instead of what I did, which was wrong. I'm frying up a patty right now. And it smells fantastic in here. I'm just gonna throw that spatula on the floor. Let me get another one. And convenient, the sink is right there. So I'm gonna let this fry up. Again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. My subscribers have grown, even though with COVID I had, you know, a long delay between the videos, between that and work and, you know, moving and everything. It was a lot, so I really couldn't get time to do the videos, but I'm back. I'm starting up. I'm hoping to be more consistent with it. So I figured I'd start it off with a little Italian sausage. Again, I love you guys. Please subscribe. It's right down in the bottom left there. And I'm going to hopefully become more consistent with these. Have a fantastic day. Stay healthy. And thanks again for coming back to the Wayward Gourmands.